How do I get in there? I need to get some more stuff happening here. How do I do this? Oh, that's what I need. Oh! Ah!
Oh!
You just keep the pressure for me and that's it. I lose. Every time.
Well, LazerGrrl.
LazerGrrl.
LazerGrrl. This is a PvP sort of real-time strategy that I supported or helped kickstart by Sandwich Generation. And until Side by Side, I'd not actually played it. So the general idea behind it is you've got your two little characters. The aim of the game is to try and absorb energy from like these nodes on the map that you have to place reactors on. Now you've got each player's got their own little shop where they can buy a reactor, a wall, or a laser. And the aim of the game is to try and either kill the other player or destroy their shop. Okay, this is going badly. Where's all my money?
Oh my god, I'm not doing well here at all.
It gets quite tight trying to navigate these kind of chains of blocks that you've set up to feed energy into your bank, whilst also dodging the enemy's lasers and monitoring how much income you're getting.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Okay, stick a laser in here. I'll have that bow out through there. We quite frequently got into...
A pickle.
You could say that, yeah. My head's gone to mince.
We're not talking at all. Can't
No.
believe it. I quite liked it. I mean, the description is, you know, the fury of Bomberman with the strategic depth of an RTS. And I think there's even the Bomberman sound I can hear in it, which, you know,
That kind of, yeah.
that's the one. So yeah, I mean, you always start off each level like, I need energy, okay? So block to connect to the top of the screen and then get a reactor on. Whoa.
Speed is a thing.
Yeah, it is. Good grief. And then after that, it's sort of like it's up in the air. What are you going to do next? Do you go and get another reactor? Or do you put a laser down and try and burn your opponent's basically wire? It's almost like you're making wires up to reactors. And that's really exciting. And what's happening is that slowly the screen also gets full up. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on! When I was building stuff, early on it was fine, but when I was on the later games, I was making much bigger structures. I'm like, oh, I can't get through. I have to keep on picking the blocks up.
You block yourself in, or you block key routes to resources that you need, or maybe one square that you need to pop a laser in just to defend from the enemy, and you're just like, ah!
I mean, it's a kind of game where I feel like when we started, we could talk, but once you're into it, it's just like there's so much like move, 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 move. You cannot like let go of a second because that's all the time you need to lose essentially.
Okay, right. I might have something going on here.
Oh, well.
Oh!
I die most of the time by just walking through the beam because it's like, oh, you're about to screw things up there. I need to block it, or you know. And the thing is, if I put something straight in the path, that basically means, well, I've just given myself 5 seconds before that blows up. I'm back in the same situation.
Yeah.
So if I walk through and
there's a few times where I was able to walk through just to like as quickly as possible, just to pop a block
if you go
down.
through quick.
But that damage is permanent.
Yeah.
And you carry that until the end. So sometimes you might have to really burn yourself to keep yourself in the game, but at the same time, if you so much as glance a laser later on, you're toast. keep running into the beams.
Of course, then you found out that we can build super lasers.
Oh, look.
What? What the hell is that? What's that?
I don't know. Yeah, you basically you put two laser blocks next to each other.
Oh, it's two laser blocks
Two
together,
laser
okay.
blocks next to each other. They kind of merge into one super laser, and that, I'm going to guess that requires a fair bit of energy to power.
Oh.
Oh, beauty!
What? So earlier on, I was always having a little bit of an issue of like trying to place blocks and stuff in the right place, because you got the two ways of doing it. You can just move and you're facing that direction,
Yeah.
or you can use the other stick to sort of turn in the right direction. And I didn't quite get the hang of that.
Yeah.
I'm not to say you can't. You're just quicker on these things than I am. I'm old, so.
Oh.
Oh my god, I'm too slow.
I'm using the directional.
I'm trying to do that.
Try to do that. I just think it's a faster way of dealing with it.
Yeah. But when we got onto that level towards the end with the supernode, we really got into this kind of almost like a stalemate situation.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Where we had put stuff down, it had been blown up. So that's energy you've spent and you can't get back.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it was just like, well, the blocks I've got on the board, I've only got a few blocks, and they're not getting any more energy. And it was just like, I was kind of stuck.
Yeah, we were both on like super tight budgets on what we could.
Because the laser is burning up the energy as well, right?
That's right, yeah.
So we had to chuck the laser away.
Yeah.
And we were both in the same situation. We were both like, we were wandering around the screen going, It's like, I can't kind of build it up. I'm stuck.
Yeah, I can't do much either. It's kind of like a bit of a juggling, and I think that's when being fast starts to come into it. There's certainly a lot of thoughtful strategy in there, but there's also an element of twitch play and placing things in the right places, and also when it starts to get really hectic, there's a lot of running towards your blocks, picking it up, going and sell it, then going back with another block, and if you slip up on any of those things, it's costing you seconds. And yeah, little dick. Man, I like it. I like it. I think there's bags of potential in there, and I don't think I played anything like it really.
Yeah, I mean,
it's quite condensed and
and the thing is, it doesn't really give you, strangely, well, working, it depends on your opponent, but I felt like I had a moment to think, and I was constantly in a sort of state of permanent anxiety.
Yeah. Oh no.
Have I?
Oh, okay.
It's got some foibles at the moment, which really annoyed me, but I was determined to love it nonetheless.
Yeah.
It's just, it felt like I like the idea. This can work. It just sometimes, occasionally, you fall into that little, yes, of course, the keyboard thing and how can getting the game to start again. That's easily fixed in time.
Yeah.
But the actual issue where we played that game, we end up in that stalemate of what do we do?
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of like, that feels like a little game development pitfall that somehow you need to get out of. You know, like you can't allow games to fall into that sort of pit where the player's like, woo.
Yeah.
Like, unless I just totally remove everything. And we had lots of games where that didn't happen.
I think that was the only.
Well, we played the arena a lot, the empty one where there's not much in it.
Yeah.
And that was always just like, going. And then I'd walk through a laser and you'd win. But that's how it played out,
Yeah.
So,
and there was one level as well that was called Bomberman, and it was chock full of walls. This is harder than it looks.
Yeah.
Oh no. Because you got to carve out a pathway.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure how to do that. Yeah.
So there was a lot of trying to carve corridors through these walls, but also then trying to find ways into those carvings to drop your reactors. So it's quite claustrophobic, and you're building lanes. Oh, damn it! Oh, what am I doing here? It's just a mess.
So, yeah, so Greg and I kind of made a bit of a mess at the ending. We said something that wasn't true, so I can't put that in. So I don't have an ending. So I need to re-record the ending, and I'm going to re-record it with you, Leah. You're going to be my Greg for this evening, okay? So, Greg, how would you rate, what did you think in the end of LazerGrrl?
It's LazerGrrl.
Oh, okay. So what did you think of LazerGrrl?
I thought of it like a circuit game where you had to make circuits by getting things from your shop, and in the shop you would have like money, which is energy. So the energy basically turns into money, and there's this block called that you can make lasers to destroy the other person and their circuit to make them fail.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So did you like it?
Yeah.
Have you played it?
No.
Okay, so there you go. There's the verdict from Greg.
Come on. Right.
Do you want to try a different arena? Or?
Oh yeah, we'll go one more on this. We'll
Okay.
talk more now.
We'll talk more this time. Right. Get my reactor in place.
Reactors in
place. Woo!